We have 20 people in now. Moving right along. Let's give it like 2 or 3 more minutes. While we're waiting, everyone, for the last 5 people to join us, I would like to acknowledge my colleagues in Oregon Poetry Association. Sue Lick is our president. She's here. She's also a musician, so it's going to be so fun to have her here. Rana Tahir is here. She is our technical genius wizard. She's also our treasurer and our webmaster. We couldn't live without her, I think. Also, we have Dan Liebertson here. He's our secretary and produces remarkable work for us. And me, I'm your vice president and your adult contest chair. And I met Beth through the adult contest because I invited her to be one of our judges for the spring contest. And I was flabbergasted when I went to her website and started listening to her music. I went, oh, wow, we got to get her for a workshop. And so here we are, and I'm so grateful. Thank you so much, Beth.
And what's your name? Did you introduce yourself? I didn't hear it if you did.
Oh, I'm Nancy Christofferson.
Are we still waiting on a couple more?
Yep, we have 21 participants in now and moving along.
Sounds good.
We'll give it 1 more minute or 2 maybe, and then we'll begin.
I also want to echo the thank you for making this workshop available online, because it's really fun that it allows people from all over to join and be a part of it. So really appreciate that.
Yeah, that's fantastic. It really is. People from all across the country can come.
That's been one of the
Zoom
gifts
is a gift.
of Zoom, you know? I mean,
Yep.
I know so people are tired of being online and meeting on Zoom, but there's so many wonderful things about it. I really, really appreciate that.
So true. Well, I think I'm going to begin with the introduction. I want to welcome all of you here for OPA's songwriting workshop, Playshop with Beth Wood. Beth is an award-winning singer-songwriter and poet and believer in the power of word. Beth has been writing, creating, recording, and touring full-time for 25 years, inspiring audiences with her exceptional musicianship, intelligent songwriting, amazing voice, and warm and commanding stage presence. Beth has released 12 solo albums, 1 duo album, 3 books of poetry, and a collection of funny stories from the road. Her poetry book, Ladder to the Light, Mescalita Press, is the winner of the 2019 Oregon Book Award People's Choice Award and was a finalist for the Stafford Hall Award for Poetry. Her dream is to live simply, to build community through music and poetry. Beginning something with her art, whether it's swirling emotion or curious mind or tapping the toes, her mission is to communicate the joy that she feels when she opens her mouth and sings. Beth's musical philosophy is that there are no wrong notes. And I can tell you her music videos are extraordinary. If you haven't listened to them, I highly recommend you go to YouTube and listen to as many of them as you can. They will resonate with you for days. Trust me on that. So we still have a few participants that haven't arrived, but I think we should begin. And so let's go.
Sounds good. Let's begin. Thank you so much, Nancy, and thank you to Oregon Poetry Association for the invitation to offer this workshop. I love nothing more than talking about songs, singing songs, writing songs, and geeking out about songs. And so I'm really, really thrilled to be here doing that with you today. So I thought I'd start with a song just to kick it off that way. And since I'm new to the Oregon Poetry Association, I'm a new member, I thought I would sing this song called The New Kid. And I wrote this when I was remembering being the new kid in the 7th grade. It goes like this. All these little people belonging in their rows, the blackboard stretching on for miles. I am the new kid in the hand-me-down clothes, trying to conjure up a smile. We came from Texas with the tumbleweeds and dust. No, I did not ride a horse to school. We do not own oil wells, but my grandma does. I wonder if that might make me the tiniest bit cool. And will I always be the new kid? Wondering how this goes, and trying to figure out how to do this. I am the new kid, and it shows I am the new kid. First love burned me and I had to move on, and then love brought me to my knees. When I wasn't looking, something real came along, and I know it's right, but no one said it would be easy. Will I always be the new kid? Wondering how this goes, trying to figure out how to do this. I am the new kid, and it shows I am the new kid. And somehow someone always reaches out a hand, and someone always says, I understand. Are you okay? I guess I am. Then the phone call came in the middle of the night, shattering what was left of our sleep. Everything changes in the blink of an eye. What we think is ours is never ours to keep. And all these people belonging in their rows, the gray sky stretching on and on, black limousines and ill-fitting clothes, and I am still standing here trying to be strong. But will I always be the new kid? Wondering how this goes, trying to figure out how to do this. I am the new kid, and I'm wondering how this goes. How the hell will I get through this? I'm still the new kid. I suppose I am the new kid. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, well, I'm so delighted to be here with you tonight. And I always like to share what my intentions are when I show up for a workshop. I'm here to hold a space of non-judgment for creating and expressing, learning and sharing and allowing. And I'm here to share what works for me, what my instincts are, and what my passions are, to inspire creativity and community, and to honor each person's unique contribution, and to learn from everyone present, and most of all, to have fun. So I wanted to call this a workshop slash play shop because I truly believe that while creativity is work, it's also play. And it's important to me to acknowledge that. My approach to creativity is that it's a way of being, and much like yoga, it's a practice, and I'm always learning. And I think that creative endeavors are worthwhile no matter the outcome. At least that's what it seems like to me. We're going to do a little bit of writing, we'll do a little discussing, and maybe even a little bit of singing. And I want to encourage you to share your writing and your voice, and also want you to know that it's purely invitational. So no pressure at all if you don't feel moved to do so. So why don't we kick it off with a little writing assignment right out of the gate. And then we'll go around the circle and introduce ourselves and share. So this first writing assignment is to finish this sentence in 10 words or less. So grab something to write with and on. And here we go. The sentence is, music is ... So finish that sentence in 10 words or less. Music is. We'll take a couple of minutes here. Okay, we'll take about 30 more seconds. Don't think about it too hard. Just whatever comes out. Okay. Well, I know we have lots of folks, but I'd love to go around the circle and just hear your names. And if you feel like sharing your sentence about music, I'd love to hear that too. So I'll start. I'm Beth, and music is swirling emotion, joyful connection, a life raft on a stormy sea.
Oof, that's a lot.
So maybe I'll just call out names and you can read your sentence. How about you, Nancy? Do you want to kick us off?
Sure. I love this assignment. Music is the arrow flung straight at the heart from another heart.
Thank you, Nancy. How about Terry?
You said Carrie, right? Or,
You
yeah?
say Terry or Carrie?
Oh,
How about Terry with a T and then Carrie with a K?
Music is connected to that which is bigger than I am.
Music is everyone's language and the language within all of us.
Beautiful. How about you, Charles, and then Kelly?
I'm Charles, and my sister Leslie, I'm going to let her go first.
Hi. So I said, music is freedom to express one's heart. It opens the heart and the soul. And music is playful and happy when singing with my granddaughters.
And mine is music is the rising of feeling to the level it becomes sound. You can't keep yourself from singing.
Who counted their words? Just kidding. I mean, I said a bunch of more stuff too, but I only read 9 words.
Well, you're a poet.
How about you, Kelly?
Excuse me. Music is heartbeat and breath.
Full. How about Margarita and then Robert?
I couldn't pick just one thing. So I said, music is grounding. Music is the vibration of parasympathetic relief. And music is one of the things I've been missing.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks. I wrote music is an invitation and a pathway to soul nourishment.
Beautiful, Robert. Thank you. How about Dan and then Jay?
Hi, I'm Dan. I wrote, music is more than notes. It is the divine in us.
Beautiful.
I'm Jay. My first thought, honestly, was music is God. I decided that was a bit short and maybe theologically controversial. So I came up with a second one and decided music is the clothing of the soul.
I like that a lot. How about Jade and then Bruce?
Hi, hi, I'm Jade. I just wrote, music is the first language of the universe.
Cool.
I'm Bruce in Brooklyn, New York. Music is the common language touching the common places within all of us.
How about Cindy and Jeff?
Music is a gateway to the soul.
Thank you, Cindy.
Hi, I'm Jeff in Vancouver, Washington. I wrote, music is its own connective tissue.
So true. Thank you, Jeff. How about Sue and let's see, Dee Dee?
Okay, I'm Sue. I did too, actually. Music is the warm robe I snuggle into when I'm cold. And the other one is music is a way to say what can't be said without a beat and a melody.
Love that. Yes. Thank you. Dee Dee?
I'm kind of new to Zoom, so I don't know how to do all this stuff. I said, music is stroking souls, feeling hearts, lifting spirits, and sharing one being.
Beautiful. Thank you. And then how about Ellen and Judy?
I said music is an energy exchange between people. Fiddle tunes, dancing, joy.
Lovely. Thank you. Judy?
Mine is music is my way to express my escape and salvation.
Beautiful. Thank you. And how about Carla? And have I missed anyone? Okay.
Okay, this is Carla. Music is the language of the heart singing words that float through barricades of body and brain.
Beautiful. Oh my gosh. We do have a lot of poets here. Did I miss anyone in our circle? Well, thank you, everyone. I just love all of those descriptions. And did you notice how we focus on music's ability to connect and to heal, and that it is a language that's common between us all? And nobody said music is something that other people are really good at and I'm not very good at. Right? Because music is natural to us. It comes naturally to us. And the first thing we hear is our mother's heartbeat. And so when we come into this world, we know all about rhythm and music. And sometimes we forget. But it's wonderful to remember like this with you tonight. So thank you. So I want to dive in a little to a discussion about what makes a song. You know, we're here to talk about songwriting tonight. And a question that I get asked often is, how do you know if it's going to be a poem or a song? You know, or what's the difference between a poem and a song when you're writing? So my question is very general. What is a song? What makes up a song? Anyone have ideas?
I kind of struggle with that a lot because I didn't learn theory of music. And I put all my poems into songs when I was younger. But now I'm focusing more on writing poems. I don't write any songs. But I missed on understanding how you develop a bridge or a verse and a chorus, like those more technical things. I struggle with.
Sure. Thank you for that, Jade. So what you're touching on is something that I get asked about a lot also, is about music theory. And do you have to understand music theory in order to be able to write a song? And my answer is to go spend 10 minutes in a car with a 3-year-old, because they just sit back there and make up songs about whatever's happening in the world. And they don't know music theory, right? And it sounds like that you have written melodies and songs before. I like to think of songwriting sort of like cooking. Part of it is an art and instinctual, and part of it is a science. And it's possible to be a world-class chef without ever having gone to chef school. So music is, I believe, instinctual. So you touched on a few things that are in a song. You talked about a bridge and a chorus. That is a form, right? So every song has a form that it is written to. There are tons of different kinds of forms, and there's no right or wrong, just like poetry. What are some other parts of a song? What makes something a song? Yeah, Nancy?
Well, I'm thinking the melody.
Melody, absolutely. That makes it different than a poem, right? Because you sing it. Yes. What else?
It's often repetition in a song, a piece that you repeat several times.
Totally. There's very often, especially in modern popular or folk music, repetition is really important. Yeah. Yes, Dan and then Jay.
Generally, not all, but most songs have a story to tell.
Absolutely. I think all songs have a story to tell, for sure. Yeah. How about you, Jay?
Every song has, well, I don't know if this is true, but every good song has a moral of sorts, a message, which is very similar to a story.
Sure, like a takeaway message from the song. Yeah. What else makes a song? Yeah, Margarita?
I don't really write poetry, so I don't know if this would be the same. I suppose it probably would, but I feel like when I'm writing a song, there is some key element that, while it's repeated probably in the chorus and the title, there's still going to be a search for how to say it again and again in a different way so that maybe other people could understand it or I could understand it better myself.
I love that. So an exploration of language in lyrics, right? So we have melody, lyrics, story, rhythm, form. Oftentimes songs are accompanied by instruments. It's not necessary. You can have songs that are just sung with a voice or just played on an instrument. But oftentimes, like modern folk songs have chord progressions and accompaniment. Harmony, yes, absolutely. And also, I think most songs have a dynamic arc of loud and soft, right? There are always changes, hopefully, going on within a song to keep the listener interested. So all those things come together to make something a song. And songs are my favorite story delivery system in the world. And you have 3.5 minutes to pack in so much information and emotion. And once you put it, the combination of lyrics and music together is something so powerful that moves us, hopefully. I'm a lifelong student of songs and I'm still learning. So for me, songs have always been the intersection of poetry and music. Some songs begin with words for me. Other songs begin with musical ideas. But this intersection of poetry and music is where I want to focus tonight. We don't have enough time to go into like all the detail of songs and songwriting. So we're just going to touch on a few things. But most of us being poets and musicians and songwriters and people who appreciate words, I thought we could start here with the idea that words suggest melody. And we all know this as poets, that words have rhythms built into them. And inflection of your words can suggest a melody. So we use melody all the time in life when we're speaking, when we're telling a story. For example, if you walked into somebody's house and if you weren't sure they were home, you would say, hello. If you walked into their house and you knew they were home, you would say, hello. If you walked into their house and you were really excited to see them after 5 years, hello, right? And that's music. Same thing with telling a story and making those inflection points when you say, oh my goodness. Right? You won't believe what just happened. La 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 la. Okay? The words naturally suggest melodies even when we're not trying or conscious of that. So I want to do a little exercise here. And I want to free you of being nervous about having to share or sing in front of other people. You absolutely do not have to do that. I just want you to know that. I'm not going to put you on the spot. But what I want to do is take some words. All of us will be taking the same words and see if we can write or hear a melody in those words. Okay, so I'll give an example. I'll choose just random words. Watermelon sunrise. watermelon sunrise, right? So those words have inflection in them, and that's kind of where my ear went when I thought about those words. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take some beautiful words, and all of us will attempt to play with these words and see if a melody falls out for you. I'm going to give 2 or 3 minutes, and of course we'll all be on mute, so nobody can hear you except your cat or dog or whoever's in your house. Your voice is your instrument, absolutely. So this is one of my favorite poems to set to music, and it's Emily Dickinson's "If I Can Stop One Heart from Breaking." And I've done this with groups of people where we'll go take like 20 or 30 minutes with it and then come back. And each person has a remarkably different melody and song, and it's just beautiful. So let's take 2 or 3 minutes just here on your own and play with these words. If it's overwhelming, just try doing 1 line or 2 lines, and see if any melody shakes out for you. Okay, we'll take about 1 more minute and then come back. Okay. So how was that for everybody? Was it hard, easy, fun, not sure?
It was hard.
It was hard.
My scratchy voice, my cat ran away.
Rude, everyone's a critic, right?
It's hard in a room with no instruments.
Hard with no instruments.
Yeah, I'm used to using an instrument.
You
Gotcha.
find that sometimes the melody that pops out is not in the register of your own voice.
Yes.
It's happened to me. I mean, I heard it in my head, but it's a little bit too low for my. I can barely make it.
Uh-huh. Yep. It is challenging to write without an instrument. Yes, Terry.
I didn't think it was hard. I don't play an instrument. So I just sang it, but what's hard is trying to remember it if you ask me to sing that same thing again. So I recorded it,
Great.
in case I wanted to learn it or something.
Great.
But I don't know. I was wondering how to write a song without an instrument because I don't know.
Right. Using a recording device is an excellent tool for that, because melodies can be so fleeting if you don't capture them. And there's no way, I mean, it's hard to write them down unless you're actually notating them in music notation. So I love you can use your phone. Most phones have a recording app and just capture what you sing. Yeah, Bruce.
I had a similar experience to Terry. I without the instrument, I spoke it through once to just hear my own inflections, and then sang it through twice, and it was so different the second time than the first. But it was just kind of being in real time and just exaggerating the inflections.
Right, and doing just what feels natural, right?
Yeah. But no way to just like capture a melody without recording it and then just having that tool or marrying it to an instrument that has its set notes. For me.
Yeah, Jeff.
I found myself wondering where the melody came from, like which of my melodic influences in life was coming out of my head again.
Right.
Why did this sort of melody show up?
Absolutely. I mean, I've done this exercise so many times and it's different every time. You're right. I wonder, is it affected by what I listened to today or what I just played? Yeah, Dan.
I listen to a lot of country western music, mostly because my wife does, so I know where my melody came from. But Emily Dickinson might not be pleased to be cast as a country western song.
She might surprise us.
That's true, she might. She had a fairly Catholic approach.
There was no such thing.
Let's see, Jay, and then did you have something, Terry?
Yeah, I think I misunderstood and cheated. I picked up my guitar, and I'm not
That's
sure.
it.
I'm not sure I'd have gotten anywhere without it, honestly. It's a beautiful verse, and I'll go back and try to do it the right way. But I'm thankful for that harmonic backdrop to really get me started.
Sure, absolutely. And there's no wrong way to do this at all. It's also really fun to do with a guitar or a piano, for sure. Yeah, Terry?
I was just going to say, the thing that came out of my mouth just sounded so natural. I thought, surely everybody else is coming up with the same exact thing. And it'd be interesting to know how everybody sounded, although I don't want to try to repeat what I did because I don't think I can do it. But
I know it would be cool to like all record our versions and then come back and listen to them.
That would be,
because it is an excellent point. Like, does it even, does the music you listen to growing up influence it? There's, it's such an interesting question. And did somebody else have something to offer? Yeah, Margarita.
I was just going to share that I kept trying to sing it to other people's songs. The other people's melodies kept coming into my head. And then I had to think about what word am I most interested in highlighting. And when I shifted that, then I was able to get out of that mode. But for me, it was breaking. But before that, I was stuck on the stop. And a familiar song kept coming up in my head.
Mm-hmm. Like Stop in the Name of Love.
No, like I'm not going to sing it. I'm sorry.
Awesome. Thank you. And Margarita, did you have something?
Well, I don't know if it's because of the way I write or just the rhythm of the the poem itself, but like didn't even have to think about it right up until fainting. And then I was like, oh, what is this nonsense? This doesn't fit with everything else. And then I could try it again, and then I tried again, and I'm like, this is not, no.
Right.
So 4 lines, great.
Yes, this is tricky because it's not symmetrical. And so for me, it's the or cool one pain, because I wanted there to be more syllables right there. So it's tricky, definitely tricky.
I can easily add a syllable with just a little, like, stretch the word out, but
totally. Yes. Jade, did you have something?
Yeah, I like someone else said, I just grabbed my guitar straight away because there was no way, and I just played, you know, four chords, and all the words just fell into them, and so it was just really, you know, lucked out on that one.
Nice.
But the guitar, I just couldn't imagine trying to do it without the guitar. So,
well, I would invite everyone to, if you're driving in your car by yourself, just pretend like you're a 3-year-old and just start singing about whatever it is that you see. Put it to a melody. That's a good way to practice. Anybody else have something to add before we keep on moving along?
Yeah, for me, that line with one cool or cool one pain, it was so asymmetrical that, you know, I haven't done a lot of like co-writing, but it was like having a co-writer who just drives it somewhere, and it was like it made it go somewhere else for me. It forced it somewhere else. Okay, I'll go with that.
Yeah, so you just made that adjustment, went right along?
Yeah.
Right on. Excellent. Terry, yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, I go to the Portland Folk Music Society Zoom sessions on Saturday nights. And anyway, there is one guy who sings, he's a songwriter. He's a really good songwriter, really good guitar player. And sometimes he just sings, he makes it up in the middle, you know, he just makes it up and performs it. And it's really interesting. He's, you know, and anyway, I do that sometimes too when I'm all by myself. I'll start just what you suggested in the car. Nobody, you know, I could never duplicate it again. But anyway, it's pretty cool. His name is Greg Troll, if you ever get to hear him.
Oh, I love Greg Troll.
Yeah. Have you heard him do that?
Yes.
Yeah, he's pretty amazing.
It's so fun to see someone improvise like that, lyrically, and it's almost like watching a high wire act for me, because it's like, I think that would be so scary, but it's so cool. Well, we had a question in the chat of, did anybody want to sing theirs? No pressure. Yeah, Jade.
I'm just going to give it a go. So, can you hear the guitar okay? If I can stop one heart from breaking, I shall not live in vain. If I can ease one life aching, or cool one pain, or help one fainting robin into his nest again.
Yeah, Jade, thank you. Thank you so much. Anybody else want to brave it?
I'll go for it.
Bruce and then Sue?
It won't be anything like the other 2 times. I'm sure. So we'll find out where it goes. All of us will find out. Me too. If I can stop one heart from breaking, I shall not live in vain. If I can ease one life the aching, or cool one pain, or help one fainting robin into his nest again, I shall not live in vain, no, I shall not live in vain.
Beautiful. I like that repeated line at the end too. Very
Yeah,
cool.
really, it's kind of asked for it for me.
Yeah, I think so. Thank you for sharing.
Sure.
How about you, Sue?
Okay, if I can remember, I had to switch my computer, pooped out on me, so now I'm on the phone. If I can stop one heart from breaking, I shall not live in vain. If I can ease one life the aching, or cool one pain, or help the beating robin unto his nest again, I shall not live in vain.
Yeah. Beautiful. I love how it went all
Thank
the
you.
way up and then came back down. That was really, really beautiful. And so different than the other ones. Yeah. Anybody else? Love it.
I see Ellen's hand is up.
Ellen's hand is up. I missed you. I'm sorry. Ellen.
Yeah, I'll try this. It's, as I said, it's not in my range, but we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
If I can stop one heart from breaking, I shall not live in vain. If I can if I can ease one life the aching, or cool one pain, or help one fainting robin. Sorry, I had a stroke, and so my voice doesn't really work the way it used to. Or help one fainting robin unto his nest again. I shall not live in vain.
Yes. Beautiful. I love the fainting robin. That was lovely. Yes.
I'll go last one.
Okay.
I'm probably going to bail right at fainting robin. So. If I can stop one heart from breaking, I shall not live in vain. If I can ease one life the aching, or cool one pain, or help one fainting robin. I'm just stopping there.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Margarita. Yeah, that's the challenging part of this exercise, is remembering yours after hearing all the other ones. But thank you for braving that. Excellent. Anyone else? Really fun. And oh yeah, Dan. Don't forget your microphone, Dan. There you
Got
go.
it. I don't normally sing, but here goes. If I can stop one heart from breaking, I shall not live in vain. If I can ease one life the aching, or cool one pain, or help one fainting robin unto his nest again, I shall not live in vain. You see, it's kind of country western ballady.
I love it. I think Emily would be proud. Thank you, Dan. Oh my goodness, really fun. So, Emily Dickinson's poems are really wonderful for this exercise because they're so short. So I would encourage you to keep going and try some more of these just for fun. So we've worked on words suggesting melody, and now I want to flip it on to the other side, which is that melodies suggest words. Okay, so what I want to do now is sing a really simple melody, and I want to know what words you hear. So I'll give you an example. The simple melody goes like this. La, 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 la. I'll do it again. La, 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 la. Just a very short melodic phrase. And so some words that I heard were, the door is closing now. So I'll sing that again a couple more times, and then we'll take some time and just write out phrases that you can hear in that melody. Feel free to sing it to yourself too if you like. La, 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 la. La, 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 la. La, 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 la. Okay, I'll give us a couple minutes. We'll take about 1 more minute, so see how many phrases you can come up with in 1 minute. All right. Everybody start wrapping up your list. How was this one? Was this challenging? Good? Yeah.
Much easier.
Easier.
Much harder.
Harder. Oh.
Oh, it was easier for me.
Yeah.
It was easier and fun.
Easier and fun. Okay. Awesome. Well, I would love to hear some of your phrases. And if you don't mind, I'll type them all in the chat so we can all remember them. Yeah, Terry?
This was really hard. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to get the tune right because that's a challenge for me. But anyway, it's time. No, wait. It starts with the key. Wait, can you do the tune one more time? La 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 la
La la la la la la.
The key is in the gate. It's time I took a break. The hour is getting late. The light is growing dim. I wish to have a drink and make a toast to him. It was fun. Makes no sense.
I think you just wrote a drinking song. Awesome. Anybody else want to share? Carrie?
I may have been influenced by your closing door song. But I'm not going to sing it. I'll just say it. The waiting is too long. The silence is too strong. The absence can't go on. This longing will be gone. That's why I wrote this song.
Oh, beautiful. I love how they all connect. Thank you. Anybody else? Yeah, Nancy.
These are kind of silly, but this is my first try at writing lyrics.
Yay!
I can't carry a tune. I have a very froggy voice, but the great wide world is, this is so cliche. The great wide world is blue. Of here and there we sing. Someday my love will bring, oh love, my stone, my rock. Wise heart to me you bring. That's all I could come up with.
I love it. I love
corny.
it. Yes, beautiful. So, and they were, some of them were connected and some were not connected to each
A
other.
little disconnected, yeah.
I love that. Thank you so much, Nancy.
Yeah, thanks. You're pushing my boundaries really big time. Thank you.
Yes, I love it.
I like it.
Awesome. Who else would like to share? Yeah, Margarita and then Bruce.
Oops, sorry, my phone's going off too. Shush you. I didn't intend for them to connect, but I'm in a space, so they ended up kind of connecting if I take them out of order. Taking all my sunshine in the broken morning, I can't find the answer underneath the oak tree. When the sky was lonely, I can be somebody, understand the meaning. Someone will be waiting.
Oh, beautiful. I love it. You guys are writing songs. So good. How about you, Bruce?
I just had fun, like starting a song and then stopping and then starting the next song, and
yeah,
it's like, but who knows? Maybe they connect. Sunset brings me wonder. I don't know the reason. If you ask me simply, I will always love you. Where shall we be going? Walking on this pathway. I guess they're all connected. I had no idea.
That's awesome. I love it. Yay. Jay, how about you?
Yeah, I make a goal. I'm not a singer, that'll be clear. So I make a goal to do it every time until I am one. So this song reminded me a little bit of Bright Morning Stars. It's an old Appalachian tune. Morning sun is rising, darkness is subsiding, time to rise again. I feel calls of longing. I wait in patient faith. The cracks of doubt do fade.
Oh, beautiful. I love it. A
Thank you,
morning
Jay.
song. Thank you, Jay. I think Cindy's raised her hand, and then Dan.
Okay. I've seen dancing mermaids. Once this struggle's over, life is one big circle. Here we are together.
Really beautiful and profound. Thank you, Cindy. Yeah, Dan?
Your whole life's gone to pieces without a leg to stand on, helpless in the water, surmounting every pain now. Once there was a cowgirl, and with no way forward, an ostrich and a bulldog. My metal's now been proven. My friend, we're really cooking.
Yes, I love it.
Dude, up until the cowgirl, that was a song about me right now. I was supposed to be leaving on a big Latin American tour to go scuba diving, and I broke my leg 2 days ago. I'm like, this song is about me. I have no leg to stand on. I cannot go in the water.
Oh my gosh. I love it. And I love how playful you got with the words. Absolutely.
I got desperate. That's why I got
So fun. So fun. Love it. Anybody else want to share? Yeah, Dee Dee?
There it is. Okay. Mine's a little different than everybody else's. I didn't keep the same melody for every verse or every line. So when the heart is breaking and the days are o'er, don't forget your best life could be beyond the door. Okay.
I love it. And I love how you used it as a jumping off point to get to someone else, somewhere else. That's great. Thank you. Let's see. Ellen wanted to share hers in the chat because their dogs are noisy. You're my one and only. Why won't you believe it? Thought deeply about my feelings. Hope my heart would reach yours. Beautiful. Yes. Anybody else feel moved to share? Yeah, Charles?
My sister has the voice, I have the words, so she's gonna do it.
Okay. The early morning rain against the lover's door whispers there's no pain. You'll pass this way no more.
Beautiful. I love that. A team of co-writers. Really fun.
We do it.
That's what we do.
I love that. Wonderful. Anybody else want to share your phrases? Yeah, Robert.
If e'er you pass this way, where shadows lose their nerve, this stillness is not real.
Beautiful. Thank you, Robert. Anybody else? Okay. Well, I love how only 6 notes created all of these lyrics and all of this list of words and some songs. It's just amazing. So my 2 takeaways from doing this tonight are, one thing I noticed, I had a list: when gardens start to grow, forgiving is a gift, my body is my home, I want a frosty beer. But each one of those could be a song title. And so I would invite you to think about that, that each one of the phrases you wrote could be its own song. Just a fun, just a fun thing. The other thing is, there's music everywhere happening all the time. So I do this sometimes when I'm sitting outside, like listening to birds. What melodies are they presenting? And then I try to see what words come up, what words come out for me based on that melody. So this is another fun thing that you can do. You don't even have to be sitting at your desk or with a piece of paper to be able to do this one. So I encourage you to keep doing this. So yay, way to go. So now we're going to move on to one more exercise. And this is one of my favorite writing exercises, because I don't know, I think it's fun, and I think everyone can do it. So I like to call this Old Melody, New Words. Okay. So what we're going to do is take a familiar melody and write new words to it. So for example, you are my sunshine, or this little light of mine, or somewhere over the rainbow. So those are 3 examples, but you're going to take a well-known melody and write your own new words to that melody. Okay? Any questions? Excellent. Okay, we'll take just a few minutes here, and don't think too hard. Just let whatever comes out come out. Okay. Okay, we'll take about another minute and then regroup. All right. I saw lots of people cracking themselves up. This is a fun one. How was this for you guys? Was this hard, easy, fun? Yeah.
Super fun.
Super fun.
The hardest part for
It's
me was
way
choosing a song
fun.
to write to.
Choosing which song was hard. Yep.
No,
Yep.
choosing which song to work. Yeah.
Totally.
I felt too stuck in the song that I chose. Like the words had to sound too much the same. It's like I noticed what I was writing and thinking, why am I writing those things? No, just borrow the melody. Leave that stuff behind.
Exactly. Start
I
on
just had this goofy melody come into my head. I have no idea where it came from. And then the words just started popping out the silliest thing. It was fun.
I love it. Well, does anybody want to share yours? Yeah, Sue, and then Dan.
Okay, to Hank Williams, I can't help it. Today I drove the 205, barely came out alive. Too much traffic and I don't know all the roads. Got directions on my phone, right to a roadwork zone. Too much traffic and I don't know all the roads. Go so fast and suddenly so slow. And then I ran out of time.
That's an excellent song. I feel you. I feel your pain.
I'm a small town girl.
Yes. I love it. Thank you, Sue. How about you, Dan?
This is super silly, but boy, it was fun. It's to the tune of Yankee Doodle Dandy, which is the main thing that came into my head. My friend the blacksmith broke his hip while riding on a donkey. Wished he'd never seen that ass that made his gait so wonky. Mr. Blacksmith, please catch up. You've got my box of candy. Now I want to eat it up and chase it down with brandy.
Oh my God, that's a hit. So fun. Thank you, Dan. Yeah, Charles? Yeah.
My sister again, she has a song. She just informed me she took a lyric from my poem and made a new song. So just the first couple of lines.
It's just my rendition of, it's Bob Dylan's Shelter from the Storm. Short. The child who took the world by storm cut ribbons from the sky and tied them in the hair of God when all the gods had died. He clasped diamonds from the tips of waves, tearing off the sea, and cast them at the feet of slaves, declaring they were free.
Beautiful. Love it. We're going to have maybe one or two more. Yeah, Bruce.
All right. This was to the tune of Freight Train. I went really super simple here. Dinah, Dinah, where you been? Dinah, Dinah, what's the sin? Living out your own true part, so you cannot hide your heart.
Nice. Yes. I love it. Simple is great. Right on. Anyone else? Jade?
So you have to guess this tune. I saw you lighting a joint. I might have told, but what for? Now you owe me for that one. Oh yeah, you bet I'm keeping score.
I love it. Super fun. Anybody else want to share? Yeah, Nancy.
This one, I have no clue where this tune came from, but obviously I didn't create the tune, so it's somebody's song. But don't laugh too hard. There is a hole in my heart the size of Texas. Do, 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 the size of Texas. One day the trees will be free from every breakfast. Egad, the hole just keeps on growing and I keep on digging. Sorry, it made me laugh. I am definitely not a songwriter.
It's a new country hit.
I don't even listen to country music. I like opera.
I'm just glad those trees are finally free from breakfast.
Yep.
Really fun.
Thanks.
Well, thank you so much, everyone, for sharing your silly songs and not so silly songs. And this we can do unlimited times. You know, you can do this with a bunch of different songs. One thing I love about this exercise is there's a part 2 to it. We won't have time to do that tonight, but the part 2 is we know how words suggest melody. So you can take these new words that you wrote from this familiar song and you can write a new melody for your new words, right? So it's kind of like a blueprint trick almost. And you can do it with silly songs, but also serious ones too. So I invite you to do that if you want to take part 2 of this exercise, to do that on your own later. I know we have limited time tonight and I wish we had so much more time, but I want to take just a couple minutes before we wrap up to talk a little bit about the building blocks of a song. Like, let's say that you want to put a song together. What are some of the building blocks that make a song? And I'd love to hear from you guys. What do you think of when you think building blocks of a song?
This is not a technical point, but to me, there's a certain sense of deeper truth, something that needs to make it memorable.
Yes.
To me, a resonance maybe is the better way to say it.
A theme or a resonance. We had some ideas here in the chat. Yes. So chorus, verse, bridge, melody. Yes. These are all building blocks for a song. So when I'm thinking about building a song, here are the things I think of. The intro, right? The intro, what does it do? Sets the tone, right? Gives us a little information, tells us what key it's in, Tells us if it's a happy, sad, slow, fast song. So the intro, thinking of the song I played earlier, the intro. Kind of mid-tempo, right? There's a lot of upbeats, so maybe there's something a little off balance here in the song. I don't know. So your intro is setting the tone. Then we have a verse. And the verse is the place where what happens?
The story starts.
The story starts. We learn who this is about, maybe where they are, maybe what time frame it is, what year, what setting, who the characters are, the details, right? The details are in the verse. You're setting the scene. Verses can move along ideas also, right? So then, after your verse, and I'll share my lyrics here for this song real quick for the new kid. So, intro, and then verse, all these little people is 4 lines. And then a second verse, we came from Texas. It's a little bit more background information about who this song is about. I'm personally a really big fan of doing 2 verses and then a chorus, because you're front loading with a lot of information. And then a chorus is the main idea, right? It's where we see a lot of repetition. It repeats many times throughout the song. It's usually simpler than the verses. And hopefully it's catchy. It's something that our ears want to return to again and again. So then this song goes to another verse. Now I'm moving to a different time in this character's life for first falling in love. And then back to a chorus, the main idea. I wonder if I'll always feel this way, if I'll always feel like the new kid. And then here we come to the bridge, which is something that we talked a little bit about earlier that Jade was asking about. The bridge is something that takes us somewhere different that we haven't been before. So it can do that lyrically or musically or both. But it takes us out of the repetition that we have been, our ear has accustomed to, so that it's a great relief when we return. Okay. And then another verse, more information. This time it's talking about the first time this character has ever been to a funeral. 2 verses about that. And then the chorus. And then, of course, an outro, because you have to end the song somehow. So that's a very, very basic and very quick sort of skeletal description of that song and how it's put together. Yeah. So does anybody have questions in the couple minutes we have left? Yeah, Terry.
This is my first time doing anything like this ever. But I've been, singing a lot of and hearing a lot of different kinds of songs in these folk music things. I'm sure a bunch of you have done those. And so these old, like the old folk songs, they're just the same. They don't have all those parts. Some of them, they'll tell a long story and each verse is the same melody. But anyway, so you're describing one type of a song, it sounds like.
Absolutely. And I'm glad you brought that up because there's so many different song forms, right? This is one form. And another really common form is called strophic form or verse, 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 verse.
Okay.
And a lot of the old like folk songs and story songs use that to tell a story. And there's not like a chorus that repeats over and over again.
And the other thing I wanted to ask is about, I don't mean to hog the time, but about the intro. Since I don't play an instrument, I think there are some songs that have an intro that are vocals, like some old French, like cafe songs and stuff like that.
Yes. Beautiful. Okay. Yes. Anyone else? Yeah, Jeff.
I wondered how often you write the intro last versus writing it first. I know in some kinds of writing, you don't even know what you're introducing until you've written it. On the other hand, as an instrumental musician, I feel really driven by, the sort of riff or something. That might be the first idea for the song. So I'm just curious how it is for you. Do you often start with intros and let the song go from there? How often does the song help tell you how to get in and out of it?
Yeah, I love that question. I mean, I think usually it starts at the beginning. However, there's some songs that I start with the chorus, right? And so I know what the main idea is, and then I sort of build outward from there. And so then once I know what the verse will be and what the chorus will be, then that gives me a sort of idea of what the intro should be. So I kind of work backwards from there. But it can happen many different ways. But I think, as you mentioned, if it's a song that starts with a musical hook,
like the one you did,
or noodling, like the one I did, totally. The introduction was the first thing I wrote. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So, and there was a question about the tuning for the song. So let me just put that in the chat. The tuning for New Kid. So I want to be really respectful of everyone's time, and I know that we're supposed to wrap at 8:30, so I want to stick to that. But I want to just thank all of you for just being playful with me and just sort of letting it all hang out and letting the words and melodies come and sharing as well. It's so much fun when we can learn from each other in doing this. And thank you so much, Nancy and Oregon Poetry Association, for inviting me to do this workshop. I want to tell you guys, I host virtual song circles often, and they're open to all, and you're welcome to come and share a song at one of those if you like, or a poem. But yeah, just would love to stay in touch, and I'm just so grateful for this time together. Thank you. Thank you, Nancy.
Thank you so much, Beth. Yeah. Let's give her a big, huge round of applause. Yay.
So much fun.
Thank you so much, Beth. That was great.
Thank you.
Beth, how do we reach you if we want to get involved in your song circles or other things?
Yeah, so the best way is on my website, which is bethwoodmusic.com. And it's always got the latest song circles and also concerts and workshops and things I'm doing. So that's the best way.
Great.
Yeah, thanks. Lovely. Well, I will leave you guys with a quote from the amazing Patti Smith, musician and poet, who says, "In art and dream, may you proceed with abandon. In life, may you proceed with balance and stealth." So let us go forth and be creative.
Thanks, Beth.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so much. It was
Have a wonderful night.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Thanks so much.